Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mike here at Gamefromscratch, and today we are checking out Cascadeur. Why? Well, there are two reasons for that. First off, Cascadeur 2026.1 just released. Number two, this is one of my favorite applications out there as far as graphics go. Why? Well, this enables an idiot like myself to actually make some pretty passable animations. And if you're actually good at animating, well, the tools here are designed to assist the animator, take away the drudge work, as opposed to, using AI to replace the animator. But there is a ton of tooling in here. You've got your traditional rigging and animating tools in there. You even have like webcam capture animation. But the big thing that a lot of people are going to come here for are tools like this. So you've got this ability here to do like an auto posing. So I can grab a particular joint in the world and I can move it around, and you see all the secondary animations. It uses a neural network that it's been trained on to create the secondary animation. So you don't need to do all this other stuff that you might traditionally have to do, because it knows if I move and scrunch this accordingly, this should update and so on. It does make animation a breeze. And this new release has a couple of new features that really take that to the next level. So we're going to check out some of the new things in 2026.1. And we're going to start it off with, by far and away, the coolest new feature. But first, a little bit of a secondary thing, which is actually, in all honesty, seemingly made things a little bit buggier, at least initially. But this 3D viewport is actually running on a completely new rendering system. This is using something called Google Filament. Should give you better cross-platform rendering support over time. There's a couple of other things going on here now. We also have support for adding lights in. You can see I got all these various different lights turned on here. I can actually come up here, add it in, and we can add lights to our scene now. So create a new spotlight like so, and then we can manipulate it like this, easy enough. And then obviously you got controls of it over here. So let's make that fall off a little further. And you can see the effect of the light right there. So we do have the ability to add these lights into the world. And on top of that, we do have this brand new rendering system called Filament. For the most part, it should be transparent to you. It's a quality of life thing, and it should actually improve things going forward. But the neat new feature here that I'm going to showcase is this. So I got a number of frames selected. And really all we've got here, let's go ahead and show this animation. So it's just there, there, and there. That's it. So basically 3 poses, and as you want to do. So a begin state, a mid state, an end state. You could obviously have more than that, but with all 3 of those selected, I'm going to go up to this new option right here. I'm going to do run root motion. And this is going to go ahead and basically do a calculation of all of the animations using those 3 different frames. It's kind of like keyframing, just on like crack. It's super powered keyframing, and you gotta give it a lot less information than traditional. It is a little slow on the first run. It is actually running in the background, but once you've done it once, it does seem to get substantially faster. And then you can see there it has calculated. Root motions are done. Now let's see what our animation looks like. So let's go back here to the beginning and let's play it. Yeah. It actually can do full animations out of just a couple of root motion tracks in the scene. This is super impressive. So it's taken and created all of these mid-fill animations for us just from these 3 root animations. Very cool stuff. By the way, if you want to do it a little bit different, you do have control over it. So for scene settings over here, for example, I can go in and find root motion, and you see we got options over here. And right there, it is using running. But let's say I wanted to do it a little bit slower. I could go ahead and say walk instead. Again, make sure that all of my keyframes are selected like so. And then we'll just run it again. Like I said, the secondary run is a lot faster. So now it is done. This is going to use more of a walking pace. And then there is our new root animation, or our new animation playback, like so. Or I could go ahead and say, all right, this is acrobatic instead. And now we're going to run it once again. So should still have all my frames selected. Go ahead, root animation done. And now it's going to do more of an acrobatic flair as it's doing. And I could also do it again with for combat. I could change up the trajectory focus. So let's add a whole bunch there and then make this combat. And then we'll run it again. And then it'll figure all those things out. Calculate frame. And then there is more, so it's not so acrobatic in the flare, it's just more of a straight over jump. And you got, again, the settings for how all of that is going to work. This is going to make animating, again, you could come in and tweak all of these things after the fact, but it's going to make setting it up. Literally, you just had to create a pose here, and then a pose here, and then tell it how it wants to do the interpolation from the root motions. Very cool stuff there. Now, another one we've got going on is another tool for preventing, okay, I'm going to sound dirty here, but for preventing penetration, especially self-penetration. Okay, get your mind out of the gutter, and let's show you what we're talking about here. So you can see this guy, let's go and start that from the beginning and play it. So you're going to see this animation, that right there was not ideal. You do not want that hand to clip in like this. So now we have this new tool here. You can do it on the whole object, by the way, or what I'm going to do is just select this guy right here, and I'm going to say, all right, I want to prevent collision penetration. So collision penetration cleaning, and I just click that, and then it's going to do its thing. It completed 0 to 60 frames. Let's actually select our frames. So there you see the end result. So let's go ahead and we're going to clean that up. And then now it's going to pull it out. And you see now we no longer clip into our leg. Well, we do a little bit. So what you might want to do is change how that works. So then you've actually got, so you can see the results of it right there. You have another property here. So you can say the amount, and I could change the offset. So I could make it, slightly more offset, run the same collision calculations right there, and then you can see now it's pulled it away from my leg a little bit, and now we can see, we run that, and we are now not self-clipping. That is another very cool feature. Now, final thing that I'm going to highlight today is more of a general improvement. In the auto rigging or the auto posing mode, what you will find is if you are working with again, a quadruped type animal, it has been improved greatly. So we now, when we're working with a quadruped mesh like this and I'm setting up the auto pose results, it is now basically just better at working with quadrupeds. So you're going to get better results out of this. So you can, again, make sure animation super easy. But if you're working, again, with four-legged animals, the new system just frankly works better. So that is a very nice update. So if you want to go ahead and check it out, it is available at Cascadeur.com. Now, in terms of this particular release, I didn't cover everything that was in it. I covered kind of like the highlights, some of the coolest new things, at least from an idiot like myself. So again, you can see the AI making things just super easy on you. It's doing the secondary animation, like watch the fingers scrunch down as you move closer to the ground. It takes care of a lot of the small things that people might screw up. Again, it does physics animations as well. You can do from video and so on. Now, this release has more to it. Again, we're going to just look at the TLDR things, because as you can see, there's a bunch of other things that we saw. A few of them we looked at, such as the ability to add lights. But the TLDR release features of the 2026.1 release include the new rendering engine, which is Google's Filament. And then we've got live link integration with Unreal Engine, so you can actually sync up your animation between Unreal Engine and Cascadeur. So if you make a change in Cascadeur, you can see it live. That's the name, live link, inside of Unreal Engine. Then we also had collision, so a new root motion tool. We saw that in action, probably the coolest feature here in my humble opinion. Collision penetration cleaning tool. We also saw that in action. Point constraints are taken into account in auto physics and ragdoll calculations. Point constraints are working in auto posing and improved quadruped auto posing, which we briefly saw in action there as well. The details of what's quote unquote improved, I don't know. I just know it just generally works better. So if you're interested in checking out Cascadeur, one of the cool things about it is there is a free version of it. So you just go ahead and download it. It is available with pretty much all of the features there. That's the cool thing here. The only challenge is, of course, you can't use it commercially, and you can only export out in Cascadeur's format. So you can't export out to FBX or Collada, meaning that getting it out into your game is going to be virtually impossible. Now, if you are a hobbyist, you can get it for $8 a month. The only requirement there is less than $100K in income. And then in terms of pro and team pricing, you're looking at like $33 a month as a pro tool. And that's on an annual basis, slightly different pricing on a monthly basis, as you can see here. By slightly, it's actually quite substantially more expensive, at least for indies, if you do it on a monthly basis. But again, I think their pricing is very reasonable. I love the fact that they've got a full functioning free version. So if you want to go ahead and check it out, come on in here. You can download it. And the cool thing about Cascadeur, once again, it is available for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. You're going to see I'm using a preview version of this for this video. As of the time you see this, you should be able to download the 2026.1 release. So ladies and gentlemen, Cascadeur 2026.1, that new auto pose feature, especially if you're just bad at animations like me, Mwah. Chef's kiss. Wonderful new feature. Let me know what you think. Comments down below. I'll talk to you all later. Goodbye.